Part 1. I'm Kyle Bolton, Assistant Director for TCU Football Human Performance. In this presentation, you'll hear about how and why we train speed in season at TCU. This quote right here to me kind of sums up everything how you should always look at football or anything when you want to train. I mean, a lot of people want to say it's reverse engineering now, but really all you're doing is taking the game demands and seeing how the game is played, and then you're applying that to how you should prepare for it. So whenever someone says reverse engineering, it just means all they're saying is that the game determines everything about how we should prepare football players. So let's take a look at that. What is the game of football? According to Ken Clark in 2018, the average football play took about 5 to 6 seconds. A punt was about 9 to 10 seconds. Kickoff 8 to 11 seconds. You got about 11 to 14 series in a game, 6 to 8 plays in a series, and then time between plays was 31 and 35 seconds. So really, when you're looking at all this, you're just breaking it down, and you could probably argue that the average football play might last a little bit longer now with scrambling quarterbacks and how they're able to keep plays alive. But the reality is, it's still a sprinting sport. It's sprint, stop, sprint, stop. There's not really time for you to run long distances. So football by the numbers. About 5 to 7% or more speed is lost within a football season. 5 to 7 is probably on the low end. You're probably looking anywhere higher. If you guys aren't training speed in season, that number is probably going to be huge for some of the players in some of the positions. About 3 to 5 days is how long it takes to lose speed. So given a normal week, right, if you're not touching speeds 2 to 3 times a week, you're going to get slower throughout the season. What that means to me is that the person you are in game 1 and the person you are in game 15 is completely different. The reason that the quarterback is now out throwing the receiver, even though nothing's changed, is probably because they're not sprinting as enough, or they're getting too much work in practice. And then 2 to 3 times body weight per step while sprinting. This one's important, and we'll touch on that with the PAP. If we're not taking care of our bodies and maintaining our levels of strength and maintaining our mobility and flexibility, and if you don't have good mechanics, especially in team sports, that 2 to 3 times body weight per step while in sprinting is going to add up over time and can lead to injury. Why train speed in season? Number 1, injury prevention. I put an asterisk by that because if you have to look at the athlete's running form. If their running form is terrible and you keep sprinting them over and over without helping them fix it, then you might be causing them more harm than good. But overall, my take on sprinting is to help with soft tissue injuries. If I can help mitigate that load and strain on their hamstrings by helping them be able to withstand more, then I think we'll have a good year. This past season at TCU, a testament to our program is that we had 0 soft tissue injuries. So that just shows me that what we're doing in season actually works. Maintain the athletic ability all season long. We just talked about this. You want to be the same athlete from game 1 to game 15. Okay, we want to maintain our repeat speed ability. We talked about the numbers. Being able to go again and again and again. If my speed drops, my overall speed, the level of repeat speed ability I'm going to have and power I have throughout the year is going to lose. We want to keep the speed advantage we have over teams. If you guys have a fast team, what you want to be able to do is maintain that, right? The goal in season shouldn't be to try and get faster, which we can, which is proven, but is to maintain for your higher rep guys at least. If you have a speed advantage by the end of the year when the season gets hard in November and the dog days are really in, you want to make sure that your fast guys are still fast. And that's where data analytics comes in. You guys can look up the fastest teams by looking up their high school 200, 100, 60 meter, whatever it is. You can look up their speeds and see which teams you guys are faster than. And then you can use that with your coaching staff to say, this is why we need to maintain our speeds, because we have to be faster than these guys or just as fast as these guys, and vice versa. If a team's faster than you and they have faster players, this is why we need to train speed in season, is to be able to compete with these guys and not get run out of the building. The next one is don't have to start in a hole during the off season. This is huge. Being able to train all year long and stack days of sprinting all season long means that speed that you had, say I'm a 22 mile per hour guy, when I come back in the off season, hopefully I'm still at 22 miles an hour if I do it right. That means I can stack on top of that rather than if I drop down to 21 or 20 as my new max speed, then I have to start in a hold to get that 22 back and then start building on that. But I don't have time for that. And then body comp. One cool thing we found throughout our season is that our guys that sprinted year round, they had better body comps than most from what we've seen at other places. At other schools, normally within the season, you'll see kind of athletes get a little pudgy. They'll put on a little weight just because the season takes a toll on you, and you might not be training as hard and sprinting as much, so then you're storing a little bit more fat. But with our guys leaned out and had better muscle to fat ratio at the end of the season. So now we'll touch on in season. Here's our annual breakdown. Kind of looking at this, we start the winter block, then you have some off or optional days in the spring ball, into another off week, May block, which is all discretionary, summer block, camp, then we have in season and bowl prep. And we break it down at the very bottom, you see how we kind of break this all up. So we'll go general at the beginning of our winter block to specific, then spring ball is more of a competition phase. May will be what you can call transitional phase. Then summer we'll get GPP again. Then you get to specific at the end of it, and then in camp and in season, that's competition phase. And you could also call camp pre-competition. So for those of you track coaches out there, you can kind of set it up as almost getting ready for indoor season, prepping for outdoor, right? Transitioning, getting your people ready for outdoor, pre-competition phase, and then outdoor season. High-low splits. This is by Charlie Francis, Darren Hansen. We're kind of looking at high-low split. What you're thinking of is a high day followed by a low day. So we're talking about things that tax the CNS. So a high day, you're thinking about sprint, jump, throw, lift. A low day would be something that doesn't tax the body as much. Maybe not maximal effort, anything, not high percentage lifting in the weight room. Something that just takes time off the body so they can rest and recover to come back and sprint again. Here, we're looking at a 5-day split of a given week. If you want to get 3 days of sprinting in, this would be a way to do it. You go high day Monday, low day Tuesday, high day Wednesday, low day Thursday, and then a high day Friday. On a 4-day split, which a lot of college teams do, which we're doing right now off season, you would go. There's many different ways how to do this, and I'm just giving you guys an example right here. But we like to go low on a Monday, lead-in day, a high on a Tuesday, active recovery on a Wednesday, so you're thinking almost off on that day. Not off, but like a low. Thursday, a low day, lead-in day, and then Friday again, another high day. So you have 2 days off in there, and then you have lead-in day. The other ways to do it, you guys can go however you want, but you can go Monday is high, Tuesday is low, Wednesday active recovery, Thursday high, and then Friday low again. There's however you want to mix it up, you guys can always mix it up, but it just really follows a sprint and a lift day followed by something that's not as taxing, maybe drill work. We'll get into that here in a little bit. A high-low, how you would set it up for a football practice. It's kind of what we kind of go by with our guidelines: red, yellow, green, purple. An easy way to talk to coaches about it, right? So red would be almost a walkthrough or jog through day. Yellow, you're thinking condensed field emphasis, so more change of direction. We're still at full speed, but we're not opening up. It's not like we're on kickoff or anything. There's more coverage return drills. Second and medium or short, third and short and medium, red zone, things of that nature, working choice routes, something short. Green days, now we're a little bit longer. You want to think one-on-ones, you want to think kickoff, you want to think punt, things where guys can really open up and go. 1st and 10, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, my shot plays can all go here. And then purple, this is just a green, but we're shortening the time, right? So everything's full speed. You can get what you want. You shorten the time, and then you limit the reps of your high rep guys, so they can't do as much, but it's still fast-paced practice. So weekly breakdown, right? So for us, it kind of goes Monday is a weight room emphasis, and we'll sprint. We'll get some resistance sprints on this day, but we really focus on not doing anything football-wise with the guys. They're just in the weight room. Tuesday would be a lead-in day. Again, we like the lead-in days on this, so it'd be yellow, right? More change of direction, not really opening up, kind of getting the guys' legs back under them, getting the CNS going. Wednesday is our fast day. So we want to do all of our coverage units on this, our one-on-ones, any shot plays you want to put right here, because that we know that that Thursday is going to be a down day. So you have a day to walk through and jog through, and it's not as taxing. So you have a recover day in there, right? So high, low. Friday is a fast Friday, so it's purple. Again, it's our travel day, or it's a day of prep. We just use it as a fast Friday. We want to touch a speed, but we don't want to overdo it. So you limit the reps on the guys, you limit the time of practice down to almost like 45 minutes. It's fast paced, full speed. You have cleats on, and then right when you get done, you're done. You shut it down. It's just a good primer for the next day, game day, right? Because you always want to have a lead in day before you start running fast. Game day is green. We want to go as fast as we can there. And then Sunday, red, walkthrough and recovery. Another version of this breakdown that I've done at other schools, and you can do at your school as well, is Monday's your walkthrough lead-in day, also a weight room emphasis. So because it's a low day on the field and it's a lead-in day, we can still get a little bit more work in the weight room here and still work on getting some sprints in as well on this day, just a little bit. Not too much. You want to keep the volume down because it's a lead-in day and it's a red day, but it still gives you time in the weight room. Tuesday speed emphasis, so we want to go fast on this day. So you use Monday as your walkthrough lean day. That's why the sprints beforehand on that Monday in a red day would be ideal. I'm not saying open them up, but it just primes them for a Tuesday speed emphasis where we, again, one-on-ones, coverage drills. Wednesday, you bring them back down just a little bit, change the direction, return units, right? Thursday, walkthrough, so another low day. Friday, you pick it back up, you prime them for Saturday, which is green. We're all go. And then Sunday, completely off, is a recovery day. Let them get massages, do their thing on Sunday. A potential high school breakdown. You're looking at Monday, again, a lead-in day. I'm a big fan. You guys can change this up however you want, but I'm a big fan of the lead-in day off the weekend. That's change of direction short, right? So yellow. Tuesday, speed, green. I want to open them up a little bit here. Wednesday, bring them back down, calm them down a little bit. Friday or Thursday's our fast Thursday. Speed them back up, prime them. Friday's game day, so it's green. Saturday, walkthrough, recovery, fix any mistakes. Kind of just take it easy on that day. And then Sunday,